Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Matt.
And I'm Sam.
And today we're looking at part 3 of our story, The Cowherd and the Weaver Girl.
Yes, and so in part 3 we are going to find out, but you might already know this, that this story kind of represents a certain holiday. And that is something that we see quite often where we've got these really famous stories or legends that slowly turn into a holiday and certain traditions that are surrounding that holiday. For example, there's a really famous traditional story about the Dragon Boat Festival.
That's right. So it's about how there was a man who fell into a river and the boats raced to save him. And that's why we now have dragon boat races on Dragon Boat Festival. And also, when the man died in the river, people didn't want the fish to eat his body, so they threw rice dumplings into the river for the fish to eat instead. And that's why we eat rice dumplings or 粽子 on Dragon Boat Festival.
Yes, and so that's just another example, but many cultures and many countries all around the world have lots of things that are linked to their specific holidays. And again, some of them are obviously based on religion. For example, Easter is celebrated because that is the time, those 3 days are considered the time that Jesus rose from the dead. He was crucified and then came back to life. And they celebrate Easter to celebrate that time of him coming back to life. So some of the holidays are based on religion, but some of them are also based on these kinds of traditional stories and legends that come from a long time ago. And it is very interesting because you could go, well, why do we do this on this holiday? And if you actually look back at the story, it's like, oh, that's where this comes from.
All right, well, let's find out what holiday was inspired by this story when we read part 3.
As Zhenu disappeared into the distance, Niulang felt a sense of despair. Then the ox appeared and said,
"Hurry, hop on my back. I'll fly you to the heavens to save Zhenu."
They took off and almost caught Zhenu. However, the Queen Empress made a quick motion. It created a heavenly river, the Milky Way, between the couple.
All right, so today is day 3, part 3 of the Cowherd and the Weaver Girl. We just left off where the Queen Empress has taken Zhenu up into the heavens again, and Niulang is once again all by himself, all alone, hopefully still with his ox, but at least he doesn't have his wife anymore.
All right, well, let's continue with our story. As Zhenu disappeared into the distance, Niulang felt a sense of despair. So he's feeling like there's nothing he can do. He's helpless in this situation.
Well, the nice thing is the next part we see, he does still have his ox. So it says, then the ox appeared and said, "Hurry, hop on my back. I'll fly you to the heavens to save Zhenu." So, okay, good. He is still there.
And he can still talk.
Yeah.
So why didn't he talk when he had questions about this?
I don't know. Maybe he only gets a certain amount of words in his whole life. He has to be careful what he says. But in this sentence, we had this verb hop. Now, you may know this as kind of to jump or to hop along. We say that bunnies hop, hop, hop. But we actually can use this to mean to get onto a mode of transportation or to take some kind of vehicle to somewhere. So for example, we use this a lot of like hop on the train to go somewhere, hop on the bus, hop on a flight. In this case, it's hop on an ox to fly into space.
You can also use it with in for like hop in the car.
Oh yes, yeah, you can also use it with in. So to jump in, again, not literally to jump in or to hop in, but basically just means get in and get into this vehicle to start to travel to somewhere.
All right, let's go to Tina.
Hello, I'm Tina. 今天我们来看看牛郎跟织女的结局。随着织女渐渐消失在远方，牛郎感到一阵绝望。接着老牛出现了，说道： 快跳到我背上来，我带你飞上天去救织女。我们来看看单字 hop 动词快速移动。Rose hopped on the bus just in time. Rose 赶在最后一刻跳上公车。文法的部分刚刚提到了 into the distance 向远方。Distance 指的是远方，在这里横为单数用法。We watched the ship sail into the distance. 我们看着那艘船驶向远方。A sense of 加名词，什么感。Sense 指的是感觉、感受，搭配不可数的抽象名词，像是 despair 绝望、pride 骄傲、direction 方向等等。举例来说，When Kelly got lost, she had a sense of fear. Kelly 迷路时，心中充满了恐惧感。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, thanks, Tina. Let's continue with our story. They took off and almost caught 织女. However, the Queen Empress made a quick motion. Okay, so he's taken off on his ox and almost caught 织女, but now the Queen has made a quick motion. So a motion just means a movement or an action of moving. So if she's making a motion, I would think she's maybe swinging her arms, or she's doing something that you can see that the Queen Empress is moving her body in some way. And I guess it's going to do something magical.
Yes, and so we see right here in the next part, it says, it, meaning this motion that she made, it created a heavenly river, the Milky Way between the couple. So maybe she did, kind of like this motion and made a big heavenly river show up. So that motion created the Milky Way, according to this story.
Okay, and of course the Milky Way is, a strip of stars that you can see in the sky on a dark night, and it's a very obvious sight in the sky, which is, I guess, why people make stories about it like this. All right, let's go to Tina.
老牛和牛郎腾空而起，差点就要追上织女了。然而，王母娘娘迅速做了个动作，在这对夫妻之间画出一道天河，也就是银河。我们来看看单字哦 ，motion 名词动作。With a small motion of his hand, the teacher told us to be quiet. 老师一个小小的手势，叫我们安静。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, so now we have the two lovers, but they are separated by a river of stars. And we're going to have to get to the second part of the story to figure out what is the conclusion. So we'll be back right after this break.
Niulong and Zhenu cried. Their love moved thousands of magpies to form a bridge. That allowed Niulong and Zhenu to reunite in the middle. Today, that happens once a year on Chinese Valentine's Day.
All right, and we are back. So we've just learned that Niulong and Zhenu are now separated by a river of stars between them. So, are they going to be alone forever? Well, I think probably not.
Probably not. Then this story might not have been told. But if we continue with the story, it says, Niulong and Zhenu cried. Their love moved thousands of magpies to form a bridge. So because they were so sad and they were so in love and all of this stuff, it made these magpies, these birds, decide to come up and help them and make a bridge across the Star River. And we have this verb move. Of course, I'm sure you've seen this word many, many times to just move and do things and create an action. But here, when somebody is moved to do something, this is like looking at their emotions. So they are so overwhelmed by emotion that they might do something. Sometimes you watch a movie and it is so moving, or you feel moved to tears, like it's such a sad movie that it makes you cry. Or you hear a song and the song was so sad that you are moved to tears. A lot of times you are moved to tears. I feel like a lot of times people are moved by sadness, or this emotion is so strong that it makes a response, crying, or in this case, magpies trying to help you reach your love. So the magpies were so sad and so just, wow, I feel so much emotion for these people. We have to help them. We have to make a bridge so that they can see each other.
Right, who knew magpies were so emotional? All right, well, let's go to Tina.
牛郎和织女痛哭流涕，两人的爱感动了上千只喜鹊。我们来看单字 move， 它当动词表示感动。The movie moved me a lot. 这部电影让我非常感动。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, thank you, Tina. Now let's get back to the story. We've just had the magpies that were so moved by the love form a bridge across that river of stars. That allowed Niulang and Zhinu to reunite in the middle. All right, so to reunite means to come back together or to meet again after a period of time of being separated. So because Niulang and Zhinu were on different sides of this river of stars, the Milky Way, they could not be together or could not unite during that time. So now that there is the bridge of magpies, they can reunite in the middle.
Yes, and so it says in the story today that happens once a year on Chinese Valentine's Day. So saying that this event that happens up in the sky that we can actually see happens on Chinese Valentine's Day. And what do we actually see in the sky? Well, we actually see these two very bright stars very close to each other, and that's kind of the story behind this, that those stars are Zhinu and Niulang, and they get to meet each other again on Valentine's Day. Well, Valentine's Day is just a holiday for lovers. So if you probably know the Valentine's Day of February 14th. That's the one that actually gets this real name in where this name in English comes from, because it's actually honoring Saint Valentine. But then all of these other events that these other holidays from other countries, we still call them Valentine's Day in English, because that just now means a day for people who are in love, to give gifts, to celebrate being in love. Anything like that. So there's Valentine's Day, there's White Valentine's Day, and there's Chinese Valentine's Day. So there's quite a few out there, but really every day can be a Valentine's Day if you are in love.
That's right. Let's go to Tina.
这些喜鹊让牛郎和织女能在桥中央重逢。时至今日，每年的七夕都会上演相同的场景。我们来看一个单字 reunite， 动词重逢、团聚。The old friends were happy to reunite after many years. 这些老朋友多年后重逢，非常开心。Valentine's Day， 情人节。那么 Chinese Valentine's Day 就是七夕。比如说 ，Many couples go out to dinner on Valentine's Day. 情人节当天，许多情侣会出去吃晚餐。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, thanks, Tina. So now maybe if you didn't know before, now you at least know the story in English of why we celebrate Chinese Valentine's Day and what it really means on that day. So now when you are looking up at the sky on Chinese Valentine's Day, you'll be thinking of Niulang and Zhinu and how they are reunited again on that day. All right, let's review the story again, and we will see you next time. Bye.
As Zhinu disappeared into the distance, Niulang felt a sense of despair. Then the ox appeared and said,
Hurry, hop on my back. I'll fly you to the heavens to save Zhinu.
They took off and almost caught Zhinu. However, the Queen Empress made a quick motion. It created a heavenly river, the Milky Way, between the couple. Niulong and Zhenu cried. Their love moved thousands of magpies to form a bridge. That allowed Niulong and Zhenu to reunite in the middle. Today, that happens once a year on Chinese Valentine's Day.
最后，我们来复习今天课文里的单字文法。单字的部分 ，hop 动词快速移动 ，motion 名词动作 ，move 动词感动 ，reunite 动词重逢团聚 ，Valentine's Day 情人节。接着我们来看文法的部分 ，into the distance 向远方 ，the car drove off into the distance。那辆车驶向远方 A sense of 加名词什么感 Kate felt a sense of danger when she walked down the dark street. Kate 走在漆黑的街道上时，心中涌现一股危机感。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，我们下一课再见喽，拜拜。
Libraries are places that house a large collection of information resources, such as books, newspapers, magazines, films, and digital media. They are perfect places to study, research, borrow books, and expand your knowledge on a variety of topics. If you enjoy visiting libraries, I highly recommend the Lu King Library at Providence University. Providence University's Lu King Library was transformed into a beautiful reading space with a strong cultural atmosphere in 2015. It provides spaces where students can read, hold discussions, listen to music, or work on assignments. The library also features books selected by its librarians. From time to time, themed book exhibitions are held to promote books on different topics. The New Books section allows students to easily access newly published titles. The e-book experience area provides tablets for reading e-books and listening to audiobooks. On the second floor is the Music Appreciation Room, where visitors can listen to music. There is also an e-learning center for viewing multimedia materials, as well as a learning commons for studying and group discussions. The reading salon on third floor offers comfortable seating for readers. The periodical room on B1 contains thousands of newspapers and magazines, along with a coffee area for those who wish to enjoy a drink while reading. With its wide range of resources and services, Lu King Library helps provide students with a well-rounded learning experience. The Lu King Library at Providence University was built and named after the founder of the school, Mother Marie Gracia Lu King. For decades, it has provided a space for people to expand their knowledge of the world. It is definitely worth a visit next time you're in Taichung.